Okay, let us start with the main program today. Hash include LPC17X is the header file we have to include. Then there is a function to produce a delay. This we already know, many a times I have explained this. So this is the function to produce a delay. Then we have defined number of terms here. These number of terms are nothing but these represent the bit position of those particular registers what you have studied here earlier. Okay, the bit position here, right? Suppose I want to enable this PWM channel under PCR. Suppose I want to enable the first channel. If I want to work with first channel, it is on the 9th pin. So that channel is represented as PWM enable 1 here. Okay, so like that, whichever bit position we want to enable or disable, that values have been put under the variable names as these, and they are defined earlier. This is optional. Either you can do it here, or if we can also do it in the main program. Okay, whichever is convenient for you. Hash define SBI, that is set bit. Okay, that is the meaning. Set bit control enable. So which is that control enable? We had seen that in TCR register here. Okay, in TCR register here we have to enable the counter. So which is at the 0th bit. So this we have to enable, right? So that's why count enable is equal to 0. So 0 value is stored here. Hash define set bit PWM enable, which is here, which is at the pin 2, which is in the TCR register only. So both these bits are in the TCR register. We have to enable the counter, and to enable the PWM we have to use the bit 0 and 2. Next comes is, as I said, we have to whenever the match occurs, we have to reset the timer counter value, right? So that is done in the MCR register, match control register. So set the bit of PWM MR0. MR0 means that match register when it occurs. So you have to reset the timer counter value. That's what the name is given as so long here. So what is that meaning is PWM MR0, when it reaches maximum value, whenever the match register reaches the maximum value, it has to reset the TC. Okay, so that is the first bit in the MCR register. Okay, so that's why we use this. Next is, you have to enable the channel in the PWM, right? So first we are working on the first channel here. In this program we are working on first channel, and even in the LPC1768 board, the PWM what we generate, there is a pin, okay, on LPC1768 board. On that we connect a probe, and then we observe that signal on the oscilloscope. That probe, wherever we put that channel, that is by default it is connected to the PWM 1. Okay, that's why we have to enable the PWM channel 1 here. So define set bit PWM enable 1, which is the 9th bit. Just now I showed you. So first two are for TCR, second one is for MCR, third one is for PCR. Okay, so then define PWM1. This is for setting the pin select 4, since we are working with PWM channel 1. So 2.0, which is 2.0, we have to set the bits of 0 and 1 of pin select 4. So I have taken it as 0 here. Hash define PWM1 equal to 0. This is for selecting the P2.0 pin as a PWM channel. So from here the main program starts. So int main void, there is one variable defined to be integer, which is duty cycle. Then we initialize the system clock. Okay, and then we have, first thing is we have to configure the pin select 4 register. Now how do we do that is, now as I said, the 4 function, the PWM function is 1. 1 means 0 1 in binary. So what we did here, LPC pincon, I had told this in the DAC program. LPC underscore pincon is an API that is configuring the pins. So in this we have defined a register called pin select 4, which is equal to 1 shifted PWM 1 time. What is PWM 1 time? It is nothing but 0 here. So 0 time it is shifted means what? 1 will be at the 0th position and 0 will be on the second position. So you will be 0 1 will be moved into the bits of 0 1 of pin select 4 register. So this is very important. First thing is configuring the pin 2.0 as PWM channel. Second one is you have to enable the counter and the PWM module in TCR. So how do we do that is, there are two pins we have to configure here, 2 bits you have to configure. So LPC underscore PWM1, see this is very simple, we already have number of APIs written under this header files. So we have to just call those APIs by this method. So LPC underscore PWM1 will be defined for first PWM, 2 will be defined for the second PWM. So LPC underscore PWM1 TCR, that is timer counter value, is equal to 1 shifted how many times? Counter enable. We have already defined here what is counter enable and the PWM enable. We have to set those values, right? So that's why 1 is shifted so many times. Also 1 is shifted so many times, or that's why we have taken or here. So what is it meaning? So 1 will be moved into 0th position, 1 will be moved into second position as we have defined earlier. So 0 and 0th bit and second bit will be made 1, so that you are enabling the counter as well as the PWM. Next thing is we have to put the value of 00 in pre-scalar register. So that is what LPC underscore PWM1, PR is a register defined in API which is equal to 00. Okay, next thing is you have to put the value of 1 into match control register, which is defined at the pin number 1. Okay, so 1 is moved so many times. So 1 is moved so many times here. What it will do? It will reset the timer counter value whenever the match occurs. So this is for MCR. Next is you have to put the maximum duty cycle into MR0. So LPC underscore PWM1 MR0 is equal to 100. This is the maximum reset duty cycle. Next is we have to enable which channel we are working with, right? So we have enabled whole PWM module. Now we have to enable which channel we are working with. So LPC underscore PWM1 PCR register is equal to 1 shifted PWM enable 1 time, so which is nothing but 9th bit. So 1 is moved at the 9th position. So they are enabling the first channel. Now next comes is generating the PWM signal in an infinite loop. So while 1 for duty cycle, we have defined here one duty cycle as an integer, right? So you are starting from 0. Okay, her maximum is 100. So we start from 0. So duty cycle is equal to her 0, and when it is less than 100, duty cycle plus plus. Okay, so it has to count till 100. Then when it reaches 100, what you have to do, we'll see here. Then LPC PWM1. In the MR1 register, we have to go on putting this duty cycle. MR1 register is a match register associated with each of the PWM channel. So we will be putting these duty cycles one by one into this MR1 register. It is matched with the MR0 register. When it will become equal, TC will be reset. Until then the TC will be continuously counting. So this will happen until duty cycle reaches the 100%. Okay, so when it reaches 100%, it will come out of this for loop, and there is a delay called after every duty cycle, a small delay. And then for duties, once you finish counting from 0 to 100, when it reaches 100, okay, next thing is you have to decrement it. So how we are decrementing? Again the same thing, match duty cycle equal to 100. When it is greater than 0, duty cycle minus minus. So this is to decrease the duty cycle from 100. So when you are decreasing, LPC MW0 MR1 is equal to duty cycle. So here when MR1 again reaches the TC value, sorry, MR0 value, what will happen? It will what it will do, it will go on decrementing the duty cycle until it reaches 0. So it is as good as displaying the values from 0 to 100 as a one on pulse, and there's off pulse when it is going from 100 to 0 again. So this is how it continuously executed. So you will get PR value is 0 and TC value will go on incrementing until there is a match occurs. When there is a match occurs, it will become 0. I hope it is clear. I can understand by this method. I don't know how much it is clear for you all, but try to understand it, execute it in the Keil software, and there is a simulator, okay, in the Keil software in the tomorrow's class. Okay, in the next video I will show the execution in my laptop and I'll record it. Okay, and where to go to see the simulator, so that also I'll be telling you all, so that I'll be posting. And just before that, all of you download that Keel Microvision 5 software and type this program. Okay, and then execute it. Let's see whether it executes and how to check the output on the simulator. Okay, thank you.